Hey, this is Eric Davis. Let's chop it up. Listen, wanted to come on and real quickly talk about having real conversations. All right, I think it is imperative for us as men to be able to have real conversations with one another, especially dealing with younger dudes. All right, dealing with those dudes because I looked at and I'm always looking at different situations and I'm looking at how we present ourselves as young men. All right. And I know the generation was different for us. Coming up, we had a different appearance about ourselves. I'll put it like that. We had a different attitude, a different mindset. We were taught a different way. You know, when we step out of the house, we should be presentable. And I'm not knocking anybody. I'm not dogging anybody. We have to make sure that we relay without being offensive. All right, without being offensive. I know I don't have any sons, but I have nephews. All right, and I poured into them as much as I can. When they were younger, they looked to me a different way. My oldest nephew has been around since he was born. He's now 36 years old, I believe, 36, 37. And we always had a relationship of he could talk to me. So I want to make sure that we are communicating, all right, especially with those that we are encountering with, that we in contact with on a daily basis. And we have those that we have relationship, we have good relationships with, that we can talk a certain way and we can be a certain way. We can be that older statesman and we can talk a certain way. We ain't got to be politically correct when we speak to them, all right, to get them to understand this is what it is. All right. So you need to make sure, especially if somebody has put trust and faith in you when they come to you. All right. So you need to make sure that you're able to speak to that generation. All right. Because we're seeing a lot. We're losing a lot. I think social media has a lot of cats jacked up. All right. They have a lot of cats who have a false sense of reality. And then when they get into a situation, they don't know how to handle it because they have this false sense of reality. So now they've done some things that's going to go against them for years to come. All right. You've done some things where you're following social media, you're following society, culture norm, and now those things, when you get to the real world, you have an offense against you, and now how do you get by that? How do you get past that? You know, sometimes you hear them complain, well, the system is set up to help us fail. Well, you got to make the most of the opportunities that you're given. All right. So I wanted to come on real quick and say, watch how we communicate with those that are coming behind us. All right, you got to pull someone in. People are actually looking for you, all right, to mentor them, even if they don't know it. Because if you have someone that's coming to you, communicating with you, making an opportunity to be open with you, to share with you, you got to be mindful of how you treat that. Because that's your opportunity to pour into someone. That's your opportunity to encourage someone. That's your opportunity to be upfront and honest with them, someone. That's your opportunity to share and help them get through what they're going through. But you got to be truthful with them, all right? You ain't got to sugarcoat a whole lot of stuff. Let them know what the real thing is, all right? So we got to be mindful of the opportunities that come before us where we can sow into someone else, all right? Because we're going to deal with some cats who are a little rough around the edges. That relationship evolves, then you take the opportunity to pour into them. All right, we've had that a couple of situations. And so just wanted to come on real quick to make sure that we are taking advantage of situations and opportunities that are before us. And even those cats that are not young, somewhere in that same age range as we are. And we got to take the time to pour into those cats because they may not have, they may not have had someone to talk to. They may not have had someone to look to. They may not have had someone that they could, chop it up with and sit down and discuss because you don't know what people are dealing with, right? Especially dudes, because we have a turnoff valve, all right? If we don't see it going the way we think it's going to go, we're going to turn off. We're going to go through the motions and we're just going to turn off, all right? And that turn off, when we turn it back on, we still got that baggage. So how do we release that? All right. So we got to make sure that we are available, making ourselves available for each other, making sure that we take the time to listen and not just talk. All right. A lot of times I've done it for years. I've sat and I've just listened. Cats needed to speak. They needed to vent. They needed to get stuff off their shoulders. I mean, I didn't have no answers. I let them vent. And through that vent session, I was able to help them get through it just by being a listening ear. We don't always have to have a solution. All right. Sometimes you just need to get something off your chest and be able to get that out of your system. All right. So just wanted to come on real quick. Make sure you take the time out for someone else. Make sure they're communicating, all right, with the cats that are coming up under us, because they need us, whether they know it or not, because we needed others, all right, whether we knew it or not. All right. So we want to take the time out to be open-minded. We want to take the time out to listen. We want to take the time out to just be present. That's all it is, just being present. All right, listen, follow me on all social media platforms. We're coming up on our live event, March the 15th. All right, the flyer will be out soon. Listen, let's make it a great time. All right, I need you to help me make it a great time. Go on and like, click, share, let people know what we're doing. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate those that are getting this content. I appreciate it. It's helping you through the day, helping you in your daily walk, helping you change your life. I appreciate it. This is what it's for. I appreciate everything. Thank God for the opportunity. Continue to be relevant and prevalent in the lives of each other. Let's continue making a difference. All right. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate everything that's going on. God bless you. We'll chop it up with you soon. Don't forget, follow me on all social media platforms. Subscribe to the YouTube page. All right. Click, like, share, Facebook page. All right. Instagram. Do everything. Let's chop it up. We're going to talk about it. Real men, real conversations, real results. All right. Now holler at you when I see you.